my channel, and in today's video it is going to be a Great Wolf Lodge pros and cons list. If you guys have not seen, I uploaded a family vacation vlog where me and my family went to Great Wolf Lodge and we stayed in the kids cabin, which was such a cool experience. And if you guys watched that vlog, you guys know I talked a lot about the pros and the cons and what I hated and what I actually liked and what I wished. So if you're a mom, you understand going on vacation is a lot of stress. Going anywhere overnight is a lot of stress. So here's my list of things to make it easier, what's worth the price, what is not worth the price, and how to manage things a lot better so that the whole family has fun. The first thing is stay for 2 nights. So my family and I, we only stayed for 1 night, and I personally feel like staying for 2 nights is so much better, and you feel a whole lot less stressed because you can plan it a whole lot better. So you'll feel rushed if you stay for only 1 night because you're technically only there for like 24 hours and you're basically living with your suitcase in the car, and that's highly inconvenient, especially when it comes to nap times, if your kids still nap. There's so many other things that you can do as a family there. So the first day I would do those things, or when you go swimming, which I have a whole thing about swimming because there was a lot of things I personally feel like you could fix and do easier for your family. But on the second day, you can have a swim all day, and the third day you can go do the bowling, magic, the kids club, and be all clean and then go home when you're ready. You can stay there as long as you want for those days too. Expenses. So if you sign up for their email list, you can have deals emailed to you all the time. It'll be like 25% off with the code SPRING, or 10% off your stay if you book between these days. So it is really cool, but they do book up pretty fast. So make sure you guys check your emails if you want to do a trip to Great Wolf Lodge. The next thing is food package. Is it worth it? And I highly recommend getting the food package. Me and my family did. So on the first day we got there at 2, I believe. So we did the dinner at the restaurant, and the next day we did breakfast and lunch, which ended up being awesome. And then we just brought snacks for at nighttime or like middle of the day. You also can't bring any extra food or drinks from outside or from your room to the pool area. They do check your bags. So be cautious of that if you are trying to plan that. I'm sure if you have young kids, like bringing their milk in, it should not be an issue. The next thing is for a late checkout. So for an extra, I believe it's for the extra 2 hours, it's $100 for a late checkout, which is also not really worth it. If you have the extra $100 and can do it, great. But late checkout just seems, for $100, just not worth 2 hours. There's a $10 towel charge if you do not bring it back, which is insane. So just bring their towels back. It's not really an issue per se, but it is a little bit annoying if you're walking across the pool freezing and you want to take 3 towels all at once. You got to make sure that you bring all 3 back, but you can take as many as you want at a time. So there's pros and cons to that. The food package ends up being $50 per person for all 3 meals, which is good. For 4 people, it ended up being $230, which I would say staying there, the convenience of it, and it was a buffet. They had lots of vegetarian options and lots of meat options. But if you're vegan, very, very little options, and you might be struggling. So in that case, the food package would not be worth it. But if you're a vegetarian and a meat eater, then you're great. You're good to go. The food was pretty good for the most part. There was a few things I wished could have been better, but for the most part, it was good. Oh, and 3 years old and under are free. So Leslie ended up being free, which is awesome because she's not necessarily picky, but when you're at a buffet, it can kind of be a waste for young kids. Breakfast for vegetarian options is good, so is dinner, and lunch is by the pool, and just outside the pool there's a pizza place, but apparently it's really expensive. With the food vouchers, that it's okay. Vegetarian options at lunch are kind of slim, and if you get the vegetarian burger, it takes like 8 minutes to cook, so that's definitely a disadvantage. So also, if you have lunch not at the pool, it's not worth it. So anyways, the next thing is checking things to know. So at 4 p.m. you get your room and they will text you your room number and that it is ready, and then your wristbands have the key, obviously. You can start swimming at 1, which is fine. There's a microwave, fridge, and a coffee maker in the room, but it does say on the microwave that you cannot pop microwavable popcorn in there. So keep that in mind to bring like Smart Food popcorn. I believe that was all the things to know at check-in, besides the $100 late checkout, if you choose to have that option. And I believe that is it. You also get a package of like the activities throughout the day and what you can do. And then after that, you're free to do what you want to do. Swim things to know is if you are going to start swimming the day you check in, so at 1 p.m. or anytime after that if you have not got your room yet, bring a small bag to put your bathing suit in, your towel in, your flip-flops, whatever it may be. So you can leave it by a chair if you can find one. If not, you're going to have to pay to get a locker. You do get, I believe, half of it back. So keep that in mind. And they also do have like a little swim, like bathing suits, and you can buy flip-flops and water shoes. Another thing that happened to me and my dad is that the chlorine really hurt my feet to the point where my feet felt like they were burning for 2 days afterwards, and I could barely walk on them. They were super swollen and super red. So if chlorine's an issue, they have really high chlorine levels, so keep that in mind. Bring your own towel, and I know this kind of can be inconvenient, but you have to walk all the way across the water park to get a towel, and if you're freezing cold, that freaking sucks. And if you don't bring it back, it's a $10 charge to your room, which will go onto your debit or credit card. Next is the room. So bring snacks for the room. If you have kids, you don't want the munchies at night, bring your own snacks. Pillows. Bring your own pillows if you prefer. Their pillows weren't that bad, and of course you can call housekeeping and get more pillows. Blankets. Bring blankets because their mattresses suck. And the big beds, my dad said, it was comfortable, but it was a lack of blankets, and it's not good. So if you guys don't like a comfortable mattresses, especially in the kids' cabin, obviously bring more blankets. There's like 2 big, heavy, thick blankets in your storage area in the room, but you can always ask for more, but bringing your own is always a good feeling, especially if you have kids. Things to know that I wrote down was food can be overpriced if you don't get the food package and you just like pay to eat at the restaurant. So either get the food package, because that's really smart, or bring your own food. So keep that in mind. Also, you can get a balcony or a patio. So if you have like a mini barbecue, you can totally do that outside. If it's like a mini barbecue, I'm sure that's acceptable. Like I said, they have a microwave in there and a coffee maker and a fridge. So you're okay to bring your own food and snacks. The next thing is that the beds suck. So like I said, bring that or ask them for a new mattress, because the beds were so uncomfortable and it was not a good sleep at all. The sheets suck. They slid up, so like my thigh was just like stuck to the weird mattress that was not very comfortable, nor would I call it actually a mattress. My sister, the top bunk mattress in the kids' cabin was a lot better. The kids' cabin also already has a TV on the wall, so it has like treehouse and stuff. So they have arcade, bowling, spa for the kids and parents, kids club, swim, Magic Quest is the thing, story time, dance parties, and the gift shop. The gift shop was actually super cool, and I think that it's a great, if you can afford to spend a little bit extra money, I would totally do the gift shop, because they had like a cute little Build-A-Bear set up. And if you forgot like shampoo, conditioner, Gravol, if you need Pepto-Bismol, for your kids like wipes, toothbrush, chapstick, anything, they do have it. They do also have a fridge with like drinks, like Pops and Gatorade and that stuff. Also have a coffee cafe. It's kind of like Starbucks, so they also have like sandwiches there. Arcade, of course, is really expensive, but super fun for kids. Bowling, apparently there is bowling, which I did see it, it's small. So if you're going to do bowling, make sure if you need to book a lane, you book at that lane. Spa for the kids, super expensive, but in your room, you do have a 10% off coupon. So use that if you're going to do the kids spa. But it was kind of fancy in there, so. The spa for adults was super overpriced, But again, if you have that luxury, take advantage of it. Kids Club. The Kids Club was, I personally didn't do it, but they had a lot of free stuff and a lot of super awesome stuff. So take advantage of the Kids Club because it's worth it. Even if it's only for like 2 hours with your kids, worth it. But they do close relatively early. Swimming, the rides were awesome. They have 4 slides for little kids, which is great. 4 different ones, all different ones, which is awesome. And then they do have family rides, so you could, well, they have family ride, I would say. The circle one, it does go fast, so be careful. But Leslie was able to go on that, and she's pretty tall for her age, though. Oh, also, when you're in the swim park, this is something that is really, really, really important. Go straight to the front. There should be people sitting right inside the doors, and they should have a rainbow colored height thing. Get your kid a band of what color they are, because they'll try to go on a ride and someone will reject them after waiting in line and say, you need to go get a colored band for your height. Keep that in mind. It is so important and saves a lot of time. Dance party. The dance party hour is awesome and so much fun, and they have lots of fun music for the kids. And when it's when it sings Let It Go, snow falls from the sky, which is awesome, a lot of fun. Story time, super fun. If you have a kid under 3, they're probably going to get distracted, so I wouldn't say for the whole time. So that is it for my Great Lodge pros and cons list. If I'm forgetting anything and you guys have stayed at Great Lodge, leave a comment down below about your experience and you tell me how that goes. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.